It's looking like September could break records for the Walt Disney World Resort, but not the kind of records that Disney ever wants to see. No, these are for low crowd levels. But folks, we're here to help you, and if you please, you're welcome to stop on by the happiest, most magical place on Earth. There's a dearth of people going in September, it looks like, and you might just be riding with nobody around. Hello folks, and welcome back to the Pro Channel. We are here to uncover what's really happening with Disney and the rest of the Holly Weirds. This time we're stopping on by the Sunshine State to let you know why it looks like crowd levels will be at record-breaking lows for at least the next month or so. Click the like button and we'll explain what's happening in the vacation nation down in Florida. Well, it's looking like September could be the record-breaking month that Disney World is not looking for. Record-breaking low levels of crowds. This is out of that park place. Disney World may break records in September for lowest crowd levels since 2021, according to data and analysts. Now, you could go back to 2020, except, well, you know, we know what was happening back then, so you really can't use the crowd levels, eh? It's looking increasingly likely that September 2025 will deliver the lightest Walt Disney World crowd since the post-reopening doldrums of 2021. Several hard signals point the same way. Multi-month wait time trends, aggressive late summer discounts, school calendars, hurricane season risk, and new competition across town. Put together, they suggest a slow timber that could rival any month since the pandemic period. Q-Data aggregates have long shown September as the best month for short waits. Thrill Data's park pages summarize it plainly. At Magic Kingdom, September posts the lowest average waits of the year, with the resort overall hovering near 30 minutes per attraction in September. Those numbers consistently sit below most other months. Well, let's go on over to Thrill Data now and see how things are going for Walt Disney World. And as you can see, folks, if we go and take a look at August of 2024, which people said, oh my gosh, this is so non-crowded. How can it possibly be this uncrowded? Well, August as of right now is matching that. And the problem is, Vash, that we're not done with this August, and the forthcoming days of August are less crowded than the earlier days, and quite frankly, because of the school stuff. Now, Labor Day weekend can be a little bit of a boost at Disney World, but it's really not as big as you might suspect. And so the worry now is that this August may be lower than the prior August, and if that happens, well, we know where September is going to go, especially with Epic Universe now as competition. So we break it down in the article exactly how bad things could get for Disney for September. I will say not all is doom and gloom. If you are somebody who you're looking to make a move down to Central Florida to have some fun in the Sunshine State at Mickey's Magical Kingdom, well, there's not going to be many people there. So you could go in September and boy, oh boy, you can ride those teacups 17 times in a row, breaking Kevin Apollo's record, which was 15 times in a row before he upchucked. And it was a very unpleasant experience because the Dole Whips had been aplenty. Culture, I want to get you to weigh in first on this, the idea that Disney is looking at just an abysmal return in September. And is this, you think, the beginning of, well, the summer not being the off-season they said it was, but a new level of off-season coming to town?
Yeah, no, I think that they're wrong on all counts, and I think they're going to have a continuing depletion of interest. What was their word back then when they were talking about the dearth of humanity visiting their parks?
Moderated demand culture. Moderated demand.
Yeah,
which is a fancy way of saying people think we stink.
Yeah. Well, moderated demand, according to someone who was there Tuesday, who I talked to on the phone and sent me images from their visit at Magic Kingdom. They were walk-on rides. 5-minute waits were basically walk-on rides for just about everything. Walk-up restaurant reservations, walk-ins. This is a problem they're desperately trying to hide, and they're doing so through, artificial demand, of course, and they're still trying to sell their lightning lane thing. And the ultimate response to all of this is it's too expensive to go to Disney. And what they're really saying is it's not worth it anymore. It's so expensive and it's not worth it anymore. What about Disney are you clamoring to see again? And that's the word. The operative word is again, because they're destroying a lot of the again that people love, especially at Magic Kingdom in Florida. So I think that they're trying to tap dance at every one of these earnings calls and rely back on total revenue when the only revenue gains they're getting are through the extraordinary pricing. I think anybody that can follow what's happening at Disney understands what's happening there. So they're going to have more moderated interest going forward.
Well, here's the thing too, and Vash, hop in on this one. Not many people know, I guess, connect this dot, but I'd like to connect it and see what you think about it. One of the things that happens in the latter part of August and then definitely into September is that Disney starts doing these Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween parties.
Right.
And the problem there is they make a lot of money off of it. They sell out with the locals. And so good for them, right? We love that. That's a great thing. But the problem is that Magic Kingdom often closes at 6 p.m. on those days, right? And so when it closes at 6 p.m., or at least operationally, people are being shuffled out, even before then, the problem there is people just say, well, I'm not going to go because it's not worth it to spend the same amount of money that I would any other day. But now we get there at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. and after a few hours, it's over and you got to get out. That's not worth people's time. And so that drives down the attendance even more.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And there has always been kind of a lull right here, late August, early September, and that's why, Bro, I love how you bring this up, because that's why Mickey's Not So Scary has been kind of shifted to kind of include that range right there in order to keep those revenues high and keep the money, train coming in. But you are right. I mean, with these partial days at Magic Kingdom, it does have kind of an effect in which, from regular guests, they're just not able to spend money in those evening hours, and so there's definitely a duality there for sure. I just look at the offerings from Walt Disney World, and they just simply have not been compelling to go. We've seen double-digit increases from Comcast, for example, for their theme park division when they opened Epic Universe. Epic Universe was something that people traveled to, was something that people spent money on, right? And as the American consumer, or at least tourists in general, become, just a little bit more choosy with their vacation dollars, where are they going to go? They're going to go to a 50-year-old park with aging attractions, or are they going to go to the new hotness? And that's exactly where they went. And I think the numbers reflect that. We're also seeing, by the way, too, this effect of this low September actually may be affecting Disneyland as well. We're covering a story on That Park Place very shortly about how Disneyland is actually shortening hours from midnight to 11. That is very significant because historically they've never done this before, especially at this time. And so I think there is maybe a more broad, effect happening here, affecting both these theme parks on both coasts.
Kevin, your thoughts on Disney in this September being potentially the lowest in terms of crowd levels since the pandemic? And then, you got to say that, if it's the lowest since the pandemic, it's probably the lowest since 2016 based on the statistics we look at every day. Surely this is a warning sign, but I'm not sure that the press is going to cover it that way.
No, they're not going to. They've got to run cover and make sure the copium flows like wine. It's simple. We know why this is happening. People aren't coming because, as Vash alluded to, Disney's become the old and busted, and Epic Universe is the new hotness. On top of that, we've got to talk about perceived value. People will pay if they see value in the experience, and Disney is not delivering that. As a matter of fact, Disney is going out of its way to take it away from people, almost at levels where you have to wonder if it's spiteful. I have a friend who's actually in the chat, who's his first time here. He goes to Disney multiple times a year, has been an annual pass holder for forever, and he has been very vocal about how he feels like his money is not appreciated, and that they're making things very inconvenient for pretty much everybody. That includes locals to the disabled. So when you're pulling away the things that people love, you're getting rid of attractions that are beloved, you're replacing them with soulless things no one's asked for. You're price gouging to try to make up for the fact that you can't make $1, while also super duper discounting at levels no one's ever seen. It sends two messages. You're desperate, you're desperate. You aren't as valuable as you keep telling people that you say you are. And you also don't care about your customers because you think they're mindless consumers. And listen, I've watched this show for a long time before I was blessed with the ability to come on here. That you guys have been ringing this alarm bell for years now. For years. We have this conversation, at least twice a quarter? And so right now, it's up to Disney to pull themselves out of the quicksand. And right now, it feels like a man named Bob Iger is actually doing his best to push the company even further into the pit.
Well, very, very well said, Lauren. What do you make of the idea that the Cracker Barrel woke CEO can change course faster than Bob Iger?
Well, I think the public outcry was so overwhelming, plus the drop in the stock price so dramatic that they really didn't have a choice. And I would bet that she's not going to be the CEO much longer. However, I think the fact that we have things in the trades coming out about how they're doing in the movies and people grumbling about how the experience is in the parks, that I think investors are going to start asking some questions in the near future too. So far, the board has been able to shield Iger because, they've got a you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of a thing. But people are going to want to start seeing profits again. And I think that their patience is just about exhausted.
Absolutely. Well, folks, we want you to go over to thatparkplace.com and read the article. We break down in great detail exactly what's going on here. I want to give a shout out too, as well, to Disney Tourist Blog. Tom Bricker runs that. It's a fantastic site. And some of the statistics we've got there come from there, as well as Thrill Data. And we want to give a shout out. Kudos to both of those sources of information. They are some of the unsung heroes who continue to do what they do, bringing to light what's really going on and trying to call balls and strikes fairly. Folks, that's what we do here as well. We'll keep doing it. Thank you so much. And if you want to have lunch at Disney with nobody at a table near you, well, September might just be the time to go. And it is time to put a bow on it, for this one, folks, is a gift to everybody who wants to know exactly what's going on in the entertainment industry. And we are so joyful that you were there to receive it. We hope that you had a great time. An attitude of gratitude on this channel every single time you decide to spend time with us. As we get ready to say goodbye, we only ask a few simple things. Click that like button, share, subscribe, click it, and stick it to those algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, so waste not yours. And folks, as you get ready to head out that door, do you have a place on social media that you love to share this sort of thing? Hey, you can make this YouTube video sing by putting it out there for your friends, your family, and for those weirdos who just won't leave you alone. Folks, until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Jump into the water.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
So I give them cannonball. Yeah!
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio.
Arizona. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice freeze, yeah. Can't wait to be up. 3 days of you and me.
What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.